right, hello and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are playing some zombie adventure stuff. I'm playing the Dead Are Coming, which is a Mark of the Odd game, or it's based on Into the Odd rules. We've played it once before on the channel, and I think that was what I call it. It was double taps and double wides.
We were in a trailer
double
park.
wides and double taps. We were in a trailer park, and so I thought, let's just go on the complete opposite, and we're going to do this one in a gated golfing community. So we're just going to kind of hit both sides of that wonderful spectrum. But yeah, it's a very, very simple game, simple rules. Everyone here has played either Electric Bashland or an Into the Odd game, so everyone should probably adapt pretty quickly. So it shouldn't be too difficult. We're going to roll characters like right now at the start, and then we're going to get going. And a lot of it is just, somewhat procedural, and we're going to see how it goes. And we're just going to see what comes up and see what wacky nonsense we can come up with, and hopefully have a little fun. So no one's got characters yet, so why don't we make some? Super fast, super easy. We're up on Foundry. If everybody wants to open the character gen document there, we'll do this one at a time, so it's not chaos, I would say, because it's just one click. All you got to do is one click on that character creation doc. There's that little character gen dead button at the very top. So we'll just go by the overlay. So Chuck, right click on that sucker.
I'm going to do it. Oh, things happened. Okay.
So that should be everything you need. You are a weakling. You have 6 strength, 11 dex, and 9 will. You're allowed to, in this game, to swap any 2 if you would like. Strength is important because it's essentially your hit points after your hit production. Dex will help you kind of go faster or like beat initiative rolls sometimes, and will is kind of like your stress. So if you wanted to switch any of those.
Yeah.
So good news for you is that you have the max hit protection, so that's good. You have 6 HP, so that's really nice. 1 resource. So in this game, resources is sort of an abstracted term for fuel, food, and bullets. So you can assign that 1 resource to whatever one of those you want. I'm not really gonna nickel and dime you all for food and water necessarily. So bullets or fire might be more useful for you. And then this game, let's see, what'd you get for a background?
You got musician.
Okay.
I got a signed photo and a guitar.
Okay. I would say the guitar, and if push comes to shove, could probably be used as a weapon if you wanted to. I don't know if the signed photos can. But you can add them you probably have to add them manually to your sheet. And then you also, everyone gets a weapon, so I just made it kind of random. And so you got a small ranged weapon.
Take it.
And so that's like anything that's like a small handgun or like anything like that, something tiny.
I have a handgun with a bullet for my resources, so it's fantastic.
And then there's the game also, if you don't have to take these if you don't want them, but also gives you a physical trait and a personality trait. What'd you get, Chuck?
Physical trait. I got a crooked nose, and personality trait, I'm tolerant. Just everything's cool. Everybody's cool. Listen, it's not their fault they want to eat us. It's just,
Yeah. You're tolerant of the zombies. Like they're
very tolerant.
They're just hungry, okay? They're just like any other creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone expresses themselves in their own way.
Fine.
Right?
They express themselves by eating other people.
All right. And so you don't trigger the bonus because your dex and your will are pretty high, or your dex is pretty high. But if you wanted to swap your stuff, you're at all, go right ahead. And then otherwise,
I think I'm good with what I got. Yeah.
Okay. And then you also have a personal item already dropped on your character sheet. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's just like Alien, basically, where you use it to heal some stress, that kind of thing.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Long, you are up next.
All right. It's the Dead Are Coming card.
It's here. You go. I'll share it with you. If you don't already have it open, it's that handout, and at the very top, there's a button that says Karagen and then dead in parentheses.
Awesome. I got it.
Okay.
So I've got 10 strength, 9 dex, 14 will.
Oh boy.
4 HP. I'm a zookeeper.
Okay.
Items are a monkey. A monkey. I have a monkey.
You have a monkey.
And trank darts.
You got a penguin. Now you got a monkey.
I'm so jealous.
It's so great. I mean, you're a large range weapon. Nice.
Yeah, large range weapon. Physically, I've got sharp nails. Personality, I'm a hottie.
Hey.
You're an arrogant zookeeper with a monkey.
Amazing.
Very nice.
So good.
That's really, really good.
I feel like those sharp nails are one of those things where like we don't like secretly people think you're just like patting the animals, but you have these like really sharp nails.
I want them to just be like acrylics, like
I'll tell you what.
really pointy ones.
I'll tell you what. Normally, when you attack unarmed in this game, it's 1d3. But for you, I'm going to make it 1d3 plus 1 because you have sharp nails.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Look at that.
Rare.
And if you wanted to turn that large ranged weapon into like a trank rifle, and you wanted to use your resources for additional trank darts, that's cool with me too.
Perfect.
You're gonna put the zombies to sleep.
Let's see how that works.
He's gonna put us to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to run faster than anybody. You just have to trank somebody and then step over their sleeping soon to be corpse. All right. Very nice. Melissa, you're up next.
All right. So I pretty good. Will of 9, strength of 10, dex of 11. I have 1 HP and 5 resources. My background is carpenter. So I have a saw and a hard piece of wood.
Very nice. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And my weapon is a medium melee weapon, which seems like the hard piece of wood.
Well, you can make them separate. Like the cool thing is like you do get them separately. Like there's one of the really cool things in this game I like is when you look at the different melee weapons. Like a small melee weapon is a bat, and like a medium melee weapon is like a bat with nails in it. Which is kind of fun. So you can always do something with it.
Let's see. Well, a medium melee weapon is an axe. So maybe I'll go with an axe because I
axes,
chop my
machetes,
own wood.
swords. Yeah.
I'm that kind of carpenter. I source my own wood.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of it these days. And then what are your traits?
So I have a pointy nose as a physical characteristic, and I am treacherous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what about your character?
Thank you for taking that bullet from me, Jeremy, because I wanted to make the same joke.
I know.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, and you have solid stats. So stats in this game are they're rolled slightly differently. They're 2d6 plus 3, so you're not going to be as crazy variances like the 3d6 that we have in other games. But as long as you roll over a 9, you don't get the bonus. But if you do roll really crappily and you roll like only 8s and 9s, then you get a small bonus, like an extra item. And if you roll even worse, which is like 7 or less is your highest attribute, then there's an even bigger bonus for that too. So there's ways to offset some of that. All right, Jeremy, you're up, man.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Let's see if fate gives him the...
Oh my God, I think I like this already. Oh my God. I mean, okay, decent. I have terrible decks, so this is like me in real life. Decent strength. Okay, will. 12, 6, 10. 2 hit points, 3 resources. I'm a bartender. This is great. Nice. I have beer bottles and a corkscrew. My weapon is that...
You are not one of those bartenders that like does all the trolling stuff with a dex of 6.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Because you know what my weapon is? Acid. I get acid. And I have dreadlocks, and I'm questioning.
I suppose questioning works for a bartender because like people like to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
And you just ask them lots of questions.
So how do you think that happened? Why do you think that is? Tell me about yourself.
And
did you learn anything from that experience?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, let's and I'll say your corkscrew. We can make that a small melee weapon. So that's a 1d4.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that makes sense there.
I love the idea of stabbing people with a corkscrew.
Yeah, I would say your beer bottles are probably that too, but probably like one use only is the glass will shatter or something. But yeah, right on.
I love
Okay. Awesome. Dreadlocks. So great. I'm picturing Jeremy with dreadlocks now.
it. Yeah.
All right. And then finally, Ashley, you're up.
So I have 6 strength, 9 dex, 7 will. Ooh.
Oof.
I'm gonna die. I have 2 HP, 5 resources. I'm a mechanic. I have a mid-sized car, mechanic tools.
Okay, so before you move on that, you have 5 resources and you have a mid-sized car. Now, the game does have, like, one of the resources is fuel, and you can use fuel to, like, kind of, you know, basically, I think just like kind of power up your car for a day or something like that. So that's something that's like actually kind of works with you with the high resources, which is really nice. Mm-hmm.
I have poison for my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reserved in my physical trait because I have a trait is I have lanky eyes.
Okay.
What
I
even
don't know
mean?
what that means.
Lanky, like
Lanky
long?
eyes.
As we all
Long?
Google lanky.
I know. Well, lank is like long and awkward, like you're thin.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess I just have like long. Yeah.
You
Okay.
have ungracefully thin eyes.
Yes.
Okay. Now the other thing, Ashley, is since your highest attribute is a 9, you actually get 1 extra item. So see at the bottom of the chat window where it says bonus, go ahead and hit those 2 d6s. So that's a 54. So going on to the back to that character creation doc, a 54 would let you choose between a large car and ceiling tape as your extra item. So would you rather a second car
No.
or ceiling tape?
I'll take ceiling tape instead
Okay.
of another car.
Okay. So those okay. So I think so basically again, if you've got a weapon or something that sounds like it should be a weapon, just move over the template and just rename it whatever you want. And then in terms of like poison and acid, I don't know, like we'll just do like we'll kind of do like Forbidden Lands rules, right? Where you like roll like a D4 or roll like a D6 after you use it once, and if it's a 1 or a 2, you lose it. If it's a 3 or above, you still have more of it. You have enough, something like that. We'll do that for like inventory rules. There is like a whole like mechanic for how you stack your items in this game. We're not really going to do that since it's going to be a one shot. We're not going to worry about that too much. But there is kind of like a mini game for how you stack your items. But we're going to ignore that for this. Okay, so let's get started then. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to assume now that we have a car that all of you have been driving in Ashley's car. We'll get names in a second. As you've been, we'll say, you've left the city. We don't know to name what city. The city. Okay, you've left the city. You're working your way out west because you've survived the zombie apocalypse. The first couple weeks at least. Congratulations. But these next couple of weeks are proving much more challenging, and because of that, you've sort of teamed up with each other for whatever reason. We'll figure that out in a moment. And you're heading west. You're heading west because it's just too dangerous in the city. There's too many mass of zombies. There's too much stuff going on like that. And so instead, you've kind of got a lead on a gated community called the Pine Tree Golf and Country Club, actual place from where I grew up as a kid. And you know that it was a fairly affluent community, large houses, scattered woods, water reservoirs, golf course, tennis, all that kind of stuff, all the 9 yards. But not only that, but there was a private clubhouse with a private restaurant. And unlike all those other public restaurants on the strip and stuff like that have been completely ripped, there's a lead that maybe there's something there. And so you're kind of heading to this place to see if you can get in and sort of salvage what you can. So we'll start with Ashley. Ashley, assuming you're driving the car, right?
Yeah.
What kind of car is it?
Oh, mid-sized car?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Nissan Sentra. I don't know why that always comes to my head.
Yeah, that's my sister's car. We'll do a Nissan
Is it
Sentra.
really?
Yeah.
So we see this Nissan Sentra beat up. It's roughed up a bit. It's kind of weaving in and out in between like these different kind of burnt out cars on the road or bikes on the road, bodies here and there, etc. As you're weaving out, and you come to the sort of the entranceway into the Pine Tree Golf Club, we see that there's like this security shed that's been sort of burnt. You can see it's suffered some sort of damage. The kind of the security punch pad and like intercom is kind of knocked over, almost like it was a standing mailbox. And you can see this like wrought iron gate that's just closed, and this really grandiose like PT right in the middle of it. And all in every direction, you just see brick and iron gate, iron wall in all directions. But this is where you're pulling up. And so one by one, we're going to say you all get out. And so we'll start with Ashley since she's driving. So who do we see, Ashley, when you step out of the car?
Rebecca is pretty short. She's just a stout, sturdy lady. She's wearing her work overalls because when it hit, she was working and she was at the shop. She's got these she found these welly boots that she's wearing. They're not up to standard for working in her shop, but that's what she's wearing. And yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question then. So you're gonna pick the next person. So tell me how you met one of these other people, and then that's the person who's going to go next to introduce themselves.
I met Jeremy at where his bar where he works. Oftentimes after work, I'd go in for a drink because it's like a slower rundown bar.
Okay. All right. So then we'll say Jeremy maybe gets out of the driver's side. Maybe he was driving shotgun then, since you two go back. And Jeremy, what do we see?
Oh, Drexel. I got myself a shirt that's kind of purple and green. I love Mardi Gras. I grew up down south. I haven't been able to go in a while, but got myself some dreadlocks that I kind of regret putting in, but I can't get them out. And it's just part of my appeal now. And Rebecca is just so great. I always love asking her about her day. And things are what they are now. But what do you think's going to be in here, Rebecca? This looks pretty cool.
Hopefully someplace safe to stay for a while.
Oh man, I'd like that. That sounds great.
And fuel. We can always use fuel.
Yeah. And a drink. I could go for a drink. Some food.
I miss your Tito's.
Oh, me too. Me too. Rubbing alcohol just doesn't have the charm.
It doesn't. I don't miss withdrawal though. That was from the cocaine. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, no judgment. No judgment. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
We know why your stats are so low now, Ashley. It's that crypto cocaine addiction.
Yep.
So getting out from the back seat, who, Jeremy? Somebody you met maybe along the way at some point? Who is it?
Oh, man. It is Rebecca hurt my feelings a little bit, but it is true. It's kind of a rundown bar, but did try to bring in some talent, some music, try and liven up the place. And that's when I ran across Chuck.
All right, Chuck.
Oh, hey, man. You see Phil get out, man. It's real tall, lanky guy with the big, not just wide, messy hair, man. I got my tie-dyed shirt on and my very short, tattered jorts and some Birkenstocks. And I got my bass guitar and I don't see many pine trees around here though.
I wonder why that is.
I thought we were going to the forest.
Maybe it used to be a forest.
Oh man. And then they put up a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know that song.
Yeah, man.
We were never going to a forest.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's me. I'm Phil.
Okay, and so then someone slides out after you as you get out the back, as it was 2 in the front, 3 in the back, I imagine. Who's the next one to slide out? Who's sitting next to you? Who's rubbing knees with you, Chuck?
I'm gonna say Long sitting in the middle.
All right, out comes Chester with Chips, his little monkey on his shoulder. His outfit, he's got the typical safari hat, beige uniform outfit. Looks like a Boy Scout almost. Even his monkey's got a little safari hat too. And you see him on his shoulders grooming him.
He stole my Funyuns, man. I don't much care for him.
I don't mind, dude.
Okay.
Is the little safari hat on Chips, is that like homemade, or did they actually make them that small for monkeys?
Yeah, we made it that small for monkeys.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Wow.
Okay. And then maybe on the other side, the driver's side is where Melissa's character was, except that door is kind of jammed, and so now you're having to slide all the way out the other side. So who do we see, Melissa?
So you see Cora the Carpenter is who you see. So she's got the denim overalls, like very pictured 90s, like carpenter pant overalls, flannel underneath. She's got her kind of long brunette hair kind of in like a braid over her shoulder. And she's just complaining, like, we're going to get this damn door fixed.
I think we have worse problems to deal with, like zombies.
We can, enjoy small things in life, like doors opening when they're supposed to.
You know what they say, right? When like God closes a door, he opens a window or something.
Are you saying that I should try to fit my ass out that window? Is that what you're recommending? I think that's what I heard you say.
That's a trap. Phil, don't answer that.
All right.
Never answer a question about a woman's ass can or cannot fit through. It's just.
I found all the trees. They were just the other way.
Yep. All of them trees.
Look at them.
Corey, you got a real great point about
It's
that
like
door.
2 trees.
Yeah. So we got a gate. Now we got a gate problem.
We could
That
set up
gate's
like
bigger
a
than
slack
door.
line between them.
Trees.
I was writing down a Jeremy quote. Never answer a question about what a woman's ass can or can't fit through.
These are words of wisdom.
I love that this stuff is documented, right? Like all the stupid stuff we used to say when we play these things by
Gonna
ourselves.
save yourself.
And now we're like, oh, there it is. Okay, so sorry. What was your question here? As you look out, so what you see here, there are some scattered trees. It's not like a forest. You do see there's more on the other side. Like you can see that the heights, but it's not all pine trees. Like but there are trees kind of around here or there. But right here in the front, it's got this sort of wind-in area, like the intro and the out, right? And like in between it is the security shed, but that's kind of it looks like it suffered some damage, some burn damage. The punch key, the intercom stuff's been knocked over. Like you can see it's still kind of loosely connected to the ground, but it looks like it's suffered some damage. But the fence, the gate looks to be intact. If you go up and you kind of shake it a little bit, it's not physically opening. Like you can tell that there's some sort of mechanism or something like that that's keeping it. You know how gated communities work. So what do you all feel like doing here?
I love to ask questions. I got to wonder, like, do we keep this gate intact and like hope that overall the fence around here is intact? Or do we just assume everything's kind of gone foobar, and if that's the case, we could just go ahead and bust it down and get in?
Yeah, man.
Thought there was gonna be more to it.
Nah, I like asking questions. I'm not saying they're deep questions. I've got one more question. How y'all feel about climbing?
Not great.
We could just have Chip like run the rope up there and like tie it off.
Oh my God, you're right.
I
You
would
can't
like
climb.
the gate to open so my car could come in personally.
Do we know how the gate's locked?
So, I mean, you would know that generally speaking, these types of gates are like they're mechanically open. They're kind of either something, there's control mechanisms in the security shed, or you punch a code in, or you use an intercom and somebody who lives there kind of signals you open. Like there's some sort of like electrical or mechanical lock. Like it's not impossible to open it up. It's just a question of figuring out how. You will say that for the sake of scouting, you haven't scouted out the entire wall around this place because it's such a big community. So you don't know whether or not there's other entrances or whether or not, like, you know, there's other ways in, but it's just the main entrance.
Is there like a keypad?
There is. You can see like they're on the, like kind of, it was once bolted into the ground right out in front of the security shed. And someone was looking like they were trying to rip it off. It's still kind of partially connected, but it's kind of tilted over.
Can I try and run through some like simple ones to see if I can hit like the EMS code for all gated communities?
Okay. Give me you want high or low? Roll a 50-50 on this.
High.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Of course, Rebecca would want to be high.
I would want to be high.
You start punching in codes. None of them opening up, but you do notice that as you're over here, as you are a mechanic, you do notice that one of the reasons it might not be working is that some of the kind of the cabling, the wires, the base that go into the ground, some of it seems to be disconnected. So you think as a mechanic, if you just sort of fix that and you have the tools possibly for it, you might be able to kind of get this working again.
Like to do that.
Okay. All it does is take a little time. You know, which means, you know, stuff could happen. So as Rebecca is sitting there, she busts her tools out. She's kind of messing around. You all hear the sounds of a trumpet, just sort of like out of tune, not playing particularly good sounds, coming from somewhere inside. You can see that probably about a quarter mile in on the like through the gate, kind of weaving it around. You can see on either side, kind of flanking the entranceway on the opposite side, there are these little condos that are set up before you get to the bigger houses, and you hear it kind of coming and weaving down from one of like the second floor condos up there, and it just sounds like someone's almost doing taps, but they're doing it and it's like out of key or out of tune. And as that happens, those of you who are watching, you just see like there's like a horde of about 5 or 6 zombies that just perk up as they were in the high grass on the other side of the gate, and they just start lumbering sluggishly over towards the condo where the trumpet sound is. They don't notice you, but you see this why this is happening.
It's
Well,
like a
sometimes you
snake
gotta have
charmer.
Yeah, and it's useful because sometimes we have to make the diversion, but they already made the diversion for us.
You know what I like to ask is, why is he doing that? Like maybe there's like another person that they need to go somewhere, right? So I'm thinking we got more than one.
Think they see us out here and help us out?
Maybe. Or, you know, maybe not.
People aren't that good. They're looking out for themselves. But you're right. They may be looking out for somebody else that they know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a warning.
Could be.
I'm gonna go open the gate.
Okay, and so at this point, as if you're just trying to like push it open, is that what you're trying to do? Go ahead and roll strength. Let's see if you can, because it does take some physical oomph. So it's an equal to or under game.
It's up. I was pushing it the wrong way the entire time. Like it goes like left to right, and I was going right to left.
And so, as Phil kind of steps back, you know, a little winded. It's very difficult. Put a lot of effort into that.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Rebecca, you do manage to reconnect some of the cabling, and you start going through those emergency punch codes again, and one of them works. And you see the door starts opening up towards Phil. As Phil was trying to push it open, it just starts opening up in his direction.
Man, look
I think I did something.
Up. You did, man. Like all those isometrics you're doing, man, they've been working for you.
Yeah, man. Like centered. And
Rebecca's just tossing her tools in her bag, and she's like, yeah, good job pulling that gate open.
Thanks.
Cora's going to look over to Rebecca, and she's just going to be like, well, he's taking the credit, that one, isn't he?
I don't want it.
And we all
So-
know you're a champ, Rebecca.
Question for you then. Are you bringing the car in or are you leaving the car out here? What are you doing?
We're bringing it in, right?
Yeah, fast getaway.
Great.
Or
I like
a
it.
slow getaway if it closes and then we can't get out.
Well, now we know the gate goes out, so if we have to
Oh,
to
yeah.
ram it.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Okay. So you all one by one get back in the car and you start slowly rolling in.
Should we like put up like some sort of like, you know, we like put one of our shirts up on your axe and like wave it up in the air, kind of like, you know, so like, hey, we're not terrible.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
And Cora just sort of holds up her axe, just waiting for someone
Alright.
to put something on it.
I've got like one of those really
Oh.
cheap, like it's not even full buttons. They're like the snap buttons.
Yeah.
So I just take my terrible, gaudy, cheap Mardi Gras shirt and toss it up on your axe.
I thought
all
you
good.
all were talking about my guitar.
Oh man,
That's a better idea.
Ooh, the nice thing though is like now her weapon is disguised. Looks like a peace symbol, but Cora can bring the pain.
Does it actually have like a peace symbol on it?
It does. Yeah.
Nice. So I like make sure that the peace symbol is like pointing out as I'm like holding it up and like waving it around.
There's a reason me and Phil get along real well. Gonna leave
Mhm.
that a mystery to y'all.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
Trying to get one that's not as bright. Like they're all very bright.
Bill's taking us on a different kind of journey today.
So
Yeah, man.
you roll on in. You've got your axe. Are you like holding it out the window with the white flag or something as you go in?
I'm just standing on the roof of the vehicle.
Okay.
Oh.
As it drives,
Yes.
you're teen wolf surfing right now.
Wow.
Sure. I was
Okay.
going to say yes to whatever you said, and
Man.
that sounds great.
Okay.
Well,
So-
so you gonna should Chips do it too? Because that would look awesome.
Be fun.
Chip's okay. So Chip and Cora are up on the roof. You're driving as long as you're driving like 5 miles an hour. I'm not gonna make us do a save or anything like that. But you come on in. You've got the white flag up. You no longer hear the sounds of the trumpet, but you do hear the sounds of some sort of chaos happening kind of up in the direction of where that trumpet was. And you can see, I would say, Cora, you would probably be able to see this pretty easily with the added height. Stuff's moving around. Like you can see that there's activity in that second story condo. Now there's two sets of condominiums like kind of flanking the entranceway. You also notice there's like a little side street that seems to move out, like we'll call it to the right. And then you see this, like, it kind of goes over a bridge. Like there's a small little fancy looking bridge as this canal kind of sweeps through. You notice that on the main street, as it kind of curves around the left side condominium where you heard the trumpet blaring from, you do see that there is a run of what look like golf carts that have been parked and sort of de-wheeled as if to make some sort of barricade.
That's pretty
So,
cool, right?
Chips was up with Cora, and so Cora is gonna like tell Chips to tell Chester some of that information because I want to see how much of it Chips actually shares.
Okay, so Chips climbs down. I don't know. Roll a will test or will save long. Let's see how much the information you glean from Chip.
Sounds
Does
good.
Chips know like sign language like
That's
Amy
what I'm
does?
thinking,
That's what
like
I'm thinking.
ASL.
I wonder
Amy,
if he
oh
spent
no.
any time with a marmot at the zoo.
Oh yeah, they're very intelligent creatures.
The marmot was in a zoo? That's awful.
No,
Rolled
he
a
lived,
3 under 14.
You
That's
would get, I think, pretty much everything. Barricade up front, sounds to the left, bridge to the right on a side street. That's probably what you hear. Like, I mean, not here, but like going through some sort of basic, Amy, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm picturing this in my head. It
That's
looks
impressive,
great.
Chips. Thanks for telling me.
And then it just like kind of rubs its hand down your face. That's it. Just.
I'll let everyone else know.
Okay. What do you all feel like doing?
Where are we going?
Well, I wonder if maybe that's somebody who needs some help. But I'm also wondering if we should help them if they need help.
Yeah, I think. I'll lean out the window and look for someone that needs help.
You lean out the window, and you don't see anyone. Like there's nobody.
They're fine.
You do see at like the entranceway to the condominium on the left. There is what looks like a big sort of in sort of gnarly old like rucksack, like almost like one of those like army bags. It's a little patchy and there's holes and stuff, but you can see that's been like almost like it dropped out of the window or something, but you didn't see it fall, but it looks like it's just right underneath the balcony.
I'll point it out. Like, look, like I don't see no one, but someone lost their go bag over there. Like, you could have food or more bullets.
Yeah.
I lost most of mine.
Grab it.
Makes sense. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, what'd you put in your go bag? And then, would you want to go bag? I think the answer is probably yeah.
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 All right. I'll climb out the window and I'll go grab the go bag.
We're just
Okay.
going to yell down to Phil and be like, can I stop waving my arm around here like an asshole, or is somebody going to come up with a plan? Because
Oh, shit. I forgot you were up there.
The whole time I've just been like waving the axe.
I thought we left you behind. I'm glad you're still here.
Like, if things ever
Why don't
get
you
back
come
to normal,
inside?
like, I want to make a statue of Cora doing that. Because, like,
Very
yeah,
majestic. Like
so majestic.
Washington crossing the Nile or wherever it was. Like,
Word.
it's
Yeah.
very cool.
It's
I
so
wonder if
that
you're
was
related
Phil,
to George
right?
Washington.
maybe I'll just tag along with you and you grab that bag.
Okay.
All right, so the two of you get out of the car. You move over towards the condominium, over towards the entrance. You see this big old duffel bag. You hear the sounds above. You go to pick it up. And there's holes in it here and there, but it's useful enough. You hear some things kind of clinking around in it. And like as you open it up, take a look inside. You see, first of all, there's just this massive jar of peanut butter at the very top. Like not
Is it
a small
Skippy?
one, like a big old jar of Skippy butter.
Oh, nice.
You notice that it's like sitting on top of what looks like all these rolled up magazines that have like rubber bands like wrapped around them. And then there's something else like at the very bottom underneath all the magazines. You'd have to kind of take a moment to take everything out.
Phil, wait, hold.
What? Yeah.
Thinking trap.
Oh, shit. All right.
And
I
so at
will
that
drop
point,
it.
As you drop it and she says that, you hear as like busting, like kind of coming through the door, that open kind of condominium door, you see, I'll show you what you see. You see a zombie.
Hey.
With, this sort of grimy clothes, collared shirt, khaki pants. You hear click, click, click as his golf shoes are scraping along like the concrete. And you can see like kind of almost attached now to his hand is a golf club. And he kind of lumbers out. And he's followed by about 3. Yeah, it looks like 3. There's a whole foursome of them kind of coming out in your direction. And they're right on top of the two of you. What do you guys want to do?
It's a quartet of assholes. I say we run.
Yeah, I got my axe in my hand. I can handle this.
Okay. I'll pull my bass guitar off my back.
Okay. All right. So we'll say there's one of them that's right up in your biz. So Cora, if you want to take a swing, go right ahead. Roll your damage. So the way this game works, you don't have to roll to hit. You just have to roll for damage. You roll your damage die, and whenever you're attacking zombies, if you roll the max die in your damage, it explodes. You get to continue rolling. The only difference is that the only catch is that zombies don't go down when their HP is gone. They only go down when their strength is 0.
So I rolled my axe, which is a 1d6 damage, and I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah.
1 point of damage. Okay. So you swing out and you manage to like hack right into the side, like right underneath their shoulder blade, and you get a good solid hit, but it doesn't even phase them. You pull it back out and they lunge at you. What are you doing there, Phil?
I do want a bit of a descriptor thing just before it comes back around to someone attacking me, so that I've said it before that happens. This kind of came up in chat earlier, and I am going to use it. So one of the things that I got was a hard piece of wood.
Okay.
And so what I imagine is that I have like taped this like piece of wood to my forearm so that I have something that acts in the direction of...
Kind of like whenever a dog comes for you, you put it
right.
out.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Take 1 armor for that, we'll say. Make that like a improvised armor, it sounds like you're using that for. That works. All right, Phil, what are you doing? There's one right out in front, and there's 3 that are in the back that are following. Those 3 are probably not going to get on you right this second.
Yeah, man. Like, the wind up and the pitch, man, just chung right with my base.
Okay. Go right ahead.
I click the button. I
don't know if the buttons are working. Just
click the other button. I got
We're
1.
off to a good start.
Okay. Well, the good news, you've gotten through its hit protection. As the 2 of you ineffectually swing at this zombie golfer who's coming at you. You've got the bag right there with all the peanut butter and all of the rolled up magazines and some other fancy thing at the bottom. Those of you that are back by the car, you're further away in terms of range band. So if any of you have ranged weapons, you can do anything. But if any of you were looking to do melee, you would have to kind of expend some time getting out of the car and coming over here. What are the 3 of you doing over there?
I've got long range, so I can step out and aim from here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think Cora will go down because she's like, the best of us, but I kind of don't want to lose my shirt.
Sure.
Oh man, it's got zombie shoulder on it now. That's just gonna look terrible.
Long, you're firing something?
Yeah, I've got my long range weapon.
Okay, go for it. What kind of weapon is it? Would you end up with?
Oh, we flavored it as a trank gun, but
you don't have to. I was just saying that, but you don't have to flavor it that way if you don't want.
It's just a little rifle though.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 on the first roll, max.
Go.
Wow.
So it explodes.
Roll again.
Explodes.
Because it explodes.
I rolled an 8 again.
Keep going.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right, 4.
All right, I need to now
So
put
20.
another Nightbot command for long cheats at games as well. Everyone does.
Long lies about his dice.
So long,
Yeah.
the first shot comes in and it blows half of its head off, like the bottom half. You watch Cora and Phil as like the jaw just erupts. The bottom just goes flying off. It explodes. Teeth go everywhere. They peg you right in the face since the 2 of you are nice and close. But it's still kind of reaching out like it's gonna like claw or slam at you. And that's when like you hear a second shot ring out, and then the rest of the head just pops like a balloon. And then it's just, for a second, it's just this headless golfer in this polo shirt. You see the little kind of alligator logo right there, and then it collapses to the ground. Now, there are still 3 more that are kind of in the doorway, but they're not immediately on top of you guys. So I would say they're going to have to move in a bit. But let's see. Still, Drexel and Rebecca, you can still do something if you wanted to.
My weapon's poison, so I don't think Rebecca will just like bring the car closer to make it easier for us to all get in and get away.
Okay, so you just that makes perfect sense. You just bring that over to make it easier then to escape. Now, these are sluggish zombies, so they basically can only attack or move each round. And since the other 3 aren't yet on you, I'm going to say that the 3 of them are going to move and essentially try to surround both Cora and Phil, but they're not able to attack this turn. So you have 3 of them around you. You have that that big old sack on the ground, and then you have the car that is now kind of peeled up a little closer to you. At the same time, the gun did ring out, so I don't know. Never know what that means.
I got an idea. So we already established I ride shotgun. So I wonder how cool an idea would be if, like, I open my door. So we were talking about the door earlier. I'm just gonna kind of hang out. I'm gonna it's gonna be the world's worst jousting thing because I'm using my corkscrew from the bar. But as we drive by, I'm just gonna lean out and try and get one of these guys.
Oh, that's beautiful. Sure. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and we'll say roll a dex save first. You're still going to get the hit up, but roll a dex save to see if you don't accidentally fall out of the car. But roll a dex save.
No. Yeah, that's fair. Yep, no, I fall out the car.
Okay, so you fall out, but you still get the hit off. And I'm going to say because it's such a clever thing, you're going to get a D12. So go ahead and roll the D12 as between the momentum of the car and your cleverness of the swing. You're going to get to roll a D12, but you kind of stumble in the backswing, and you're going to fall out onto the ground, and you're no longer in the car.
Yeah.
4 points of damage. Okay.
No,
Okay.
It is just a corkscrew.
So you had to swing so far to get it, and that's what that last little bit you tried to hang on, and then down you go, kind of stumbling onto the ground. So you're on the ground. You got a hit in. You're good to go.
Did he get an ear though? Did he get an ear?
Sure. Yeah. You look down and you've got you got a zombie ear poking off of the corkscrew. Who else wants to do something here before they go?
All you hear is Rebecca with Hillary Duff Let the Rain Fall Down playing quietly in the car. Can I run over one?
I would say
or not yet.
Yes, but I will make both Cora and Phil have to roll a dex save to avoid
then I won't
getting
do it
bumped
then.
by the car.
Yeah, I think that would be funny.
I think it'd be hilarious. Okay. It's not going to kill him.
Very short session.
Then I'm going to do it.
Not going to kill him. It might maim them, but it's not going to kill him. Yeah. All right, so Melissa and Chuck, roll a dex save to see if you can. And we did get some bits from Captain Karayan, so we'll make them advantage. So if you ever want to take an advantage.
Fall down.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
Both of you end up getting hit. As the Nissan Sentra coming up, and it I'm gonna say it fully just runs over one, not the one with the corkscrew ear, but a different one just gets run over completely and taken out of the fight. But the bad news is that the two of them kind of get a little bumped and they fall down in some of the bushes. Go ahead.
Can they have the door that was jammed? Can that just swing open and just hit them? And that's what knocks them into the bushes.
Knocks one of them falling in the bushes. And both of you go ahead and I'll take 1 point of damage from that.
So that's a problem for me because I had 1 hit point. So that puts me at exactly 0 HP.
So you get a scar? That was fast.
You said this is okay.
It's fine.
Me as a player, I say it's okay.
It's great. So we don't get to do scars very often. So scars are when your HP is reduced to exactly 0 and you don't have to spill over into strength. You get a scar and it's relative to the amount of damage you took. Yeah. So you took 1 point of damage. So you acquire a visually obvious scar. Roll a d6, Melissa. There's also sometimes good things with these scars, by the way, so it's not all bad. 3. So you're going to take a visually obvious scar in your neck. Plus, you get to re-roll your maximum HP with a D6, taking the new total if it's higher.
That's nice.
Nice.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. In addition to that, that's so terrible. Roll a D20 against one of your attributes, and if it exceeds, meaning if you fail the roll, you get to increase that attribute by 1.
Gosh. So rolling the 1, does that mean my HP is still 1 or my HP is now 2?
Yeah, that is the rule from Into the Yard. It doesn't say it here, but we'll say, yeah, go ahead. You can increase it to 2. That's fine.
Very cool.
Then
I'm rolling against will, which is my lowest, and I rolled a 17.
Okay, so increase your will by 1. Somehow
this is all according to plan.
Okay.
I feel like this is the treacherous coming out somehow.
So both
Cora's-
Phil and Cora are now tumbled down, fallen into the bushes. You've got you've got Drexel on the ground with a corkscrew. One of the zombies is taken out and smushed underneath the car. Another one has already been taken out by Chester's gun, but there's still two others, and I'm gonna say those two they'll take damage, but they won't get fully taken out. So roll a d6, Ashley. We'll say.
I didn't have a D6 ready. D6. 5.
5. Okay, so neither of them are going to be taken out completely, but you do manage to do some damage to the others as well. Okay, so who has not gone this round yet? I think that was just Ashley is the only one, or is somebody else
Are we on a new round?
Is it a new
We're
round?
on a
I'd
new
say.
round. New round.
Oh man, I'm gonna run up to one of them zombies, be like, "You dick! You hit me with a car," and just club the zombie with my guitar.
Okay. So you can tell that one of them is like semi-pinned, but like it's kind of slipping out from behind the like where it's pinned by the sentry against the wall, and that the one you can see is missing an ear as well. That one looks pretty weak, so that one might be
I'll
the
go
one
with
most likely.
that
to get
one.
taken out.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I rolled a 4
It explodes.
and a 3.
Okay, so 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Describe your kill.
I just run up, just overhand, and just splat its head like a cantaloupe, like that one comedian guy with the tarps, and just all over the hood of the car.
Quar? No. Okay.
Dude, that's my car.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
sorry. I'll clean it up for you, and I'll start wiping it down.
You like
Oh,
take
dear.
the zombie and use the zombie's like clothes.
I pull its polo off
Mhm.
to use that.
Chester or Cora? Have you gone yet in this round?
I'm not.
Okay.
Is there still one or two?
There's one that's still up and kicking. Two of them have been killed. One of them's that's kind of smushed underneath the car, and then there's one last one that's up and threatening.
I'll take an aim at that one that's up, still moving around.
Okay.
I'll just shoot that one.
Okay.
It's a 3.
Bullets now. A 3? Okay, that's not enough to kill him. You hit him center mass, but you kind of maybe chide yourself for a second because that's not where you want to shoot him. As you see, like your little tranquilizer dart is sticking out, and it doesn't even really phase him. Cora, I think you still have to go.
Yeah, I was assuming that I was pretty far down, so I was basically going to spend my turn like moving back up.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So then it will get an attack off, I think. So let's see. We've got, I think, a couple options. I think it's basically you or Chuck. He should be able to hit. So I'll 50-50 it. Let's see. Chuck is 1 to 3. It'll be Melissa. So this one's going to come at you, Melissa. So it's going to come at you. Its mouth is agape as you're kind of just stumbling up in the bushes. And it just got shot in the chest, and it kind of stumbles back for a second, bounces against the wall behind it, and then kind of dumb luck looks down, and there you are, getting up, and it comes down onto your face. So it's going to do a bite test or bite attack. So this is a D6 damage, 3 points of
armor.
damage.
So does my 1 armor?
It's
something
flat
with that?
reduction, so you'll take 2 points of damage. And if that goes into your strength, which I believe it should, as you had gotten reduced to 0 HP, you now need to roll. Now, before you roll it, you now need to roll a strength save to see if you get infected. We do have bits
yes.
from John, so if you want to use one of them to get advantage on this, that's fine.
You should.
I
don't want to have to kill you.
I mean, it would be fun to see what happens, but I'll take one of them. That's a 13, so I'm using the other one now. That's a 2. So no, Edo, I just increased the max HP, but I haven't had a situation in which
Got to rest
I would
afterwards.
re-earn HP. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like basically there's 3 different tiers of rest. So if you take like 10 minutes afterwards, take a sip of water, something like that, you can get your HP back. But I don't think you don't heal it mid-fight. Okay, so that's the only one left, and so it's gone. So now all of you are free to do whatever you like now.
So I can attack the thing that just bit me or tried to bite me?
Yeah, all of you. It's a new round, so it's the 3rd round. Anyone can go.
Okay. I would like to try. Roll the 3. That's my axe.
Okay, 3 with your axe is enough to do some more damage. It's not enough to kill it, unfortunately, as it's still kicking. This is the last one up. And this one seems a little sturdier than the others, perhaps. Who else wants to go and try to finish it off?
I mean,
I get an idea.
Oh, go for it.
Phil, let's do like, do you remember when we watched that hockey game last year?
Yeah.
I'm going to go pull his shirt up over his head, and then you just smash him.
Yeah. Right in the back.
Yeah, man.
Jeremy's,
tag team's back again.
Jeremy, you go up, you pull the alligator polo over top of its head. Chuck, this is funny, so roll a d12 with this one. This is tactical advantage.
Yeah.
Right?
That's this button. That's a 7.
Describe your kill or your collective kill there.
It's our collective kill. Like you're like, you got his shirt up and like you're stretching him out and like,
man.
I hit him like right in the kidneys in his back with my guitar, but like he's all kind of like goopy and stuff, man. So he just like breaks in half.
So
is that the one that tackled down Cora?
Yeah, that's the one that bit Cora.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cora.
Yeah, it's fine. And she's gonna kind of from around her waist, you're gonna see her kind of like take Drexel's shirt, and she's just gonna kind of like shake as it has like zombie goo and holes from the bush. And she went rolling down the hill, and she's gonna be like, "You go."
You know what? That's all yours if you want. You've got
it's your peace sign though. I'm not.
It looks closer to mine.
So much with I mean, it's his shirt. If he wants you to have it, it doesn't really fit my vibe as much.
Okay. Why not? I'm just gonna put that in my rucksack and I'll bleach it when I can. Oh.
I don't know. It didn't seem to work. They still attacked us, even with the peace.
Man, I wonder why zombies are such jerks.
I don't know. You're dumb.
Wait, y'all were waving that for the zombies?
I don't know. Somebody just go up there and wave
it.
So I waved it. We still got bit.
Man, Corey, you're such a great team player.
Public education. They just didn't know what it means.
Yeah, man. I wonder what zombies can understand.
Dance.
I mean, Chips is way smarter than the zombies. Chips just gave you the whole layout of the place like 10 minutes ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Chips lead us.
Chester, Chips is doing that like that sort of Family Guy monkey stare, like poke over towards like where that wall of like wrecked carts are, and you see that there are about a dozen zombies that are literally in the process of climbing over top of it right now, coming in your direction, likely responding to the sound of gunfire and the crash of a car and all that kind of stuff.
All right, guys, we got to get a move on. There's about a dozen zombies on our hindsight right now.
Oh,
that's
God.
it.
Okay, which way?
Go bag. Grab the go bag.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I assume you get in the car. So the easiest drive, there is a side street that goes over top of a small, kind of very beautiful looking bridge. Not in great repair anymore, but someday it was probably nice. And you see it goes over a canal, which is all kind of gotten green and gross as it hasn't really been properly filtered and cleaned recently. And it seems to, as you go over this particular bridge, you realize you're actually going over top of what looks like a cart path. Like this isn't an actual road. You're on a cart path, and you're now like driving down this cart path. And there is like this overrun long like golf course hole. You can see the rough is like basically waist high at this point. The fairway is overrun. You can see that there's like a lake out and sort of in the middle. and you're kind of like driving through a few little bits of trees along the way. You notice though, like up ahead, like on the far side, on the other side of you can see that there's another run of condos, but like one of them looks to have been destroyed. You can see that like fire has gotten through it. It's all kind of black and messed up. And you do see though that like on like right out in front of it, like and off to your left, probably about, we'll say like maybe 300 yards away, there looks to be a run of tennis courts over in that direction. So maybe you might find roads over there.
Rebecca will head towards the condos.
Okay. So while this is happening, while you're driving slowly but surely, the zombies from behind, they were very slow, and so you're not too concerned with them catching up with you if you're driving around in a car. I would imagine you're probably, Cora, taking a sip of water, using a resource essentially, and getting your HP back. And then Phil, if you start going through the bag, like I said, big old chunk, a big old jar of peanut butter, which is the equivalent of 6 resources of food.
Oh my god! While I'm looking, I'm gonna eat a spoonful of peanut butter to get my health back from when that zombie hit me with a car.
Okay, fantastic. You do that. You also notice that there are dozens of tightly wound magazines with, like, you can see these rubber bands, like these thick, heavy-duty rubber bands. Like, there's all sorts of them. There's a lot of porn, but there's also a lot of, like, Sports Illustrated and Reader's Digest, but mostly it's porn. And then underneath it all, there looks to be a shiny, brand new pair of night vision goggles.
Oh, nice. Who wants to see in the dark?
That's a great question, Phil. Can't lie.
Chips.
I think we should give it to Chips, because I'm afraid that, like, if we let him read the magazines, like, he might get addicted.
Yeah. I do have to ask, like, A, is it obvious, or B, would Cora share about the bite?
I think I avoided getting bit because I was able to reroll, right?
You got bit. You didn't get an infection.
You just get...
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't know you didn't get infected.
No,
but, like,
Cora would not share.
Meta-wise.
Oh, I see. Because I had a terrible idea.
You gonna cut her arm off?
No, like, I was wondering, like, I've always wondered, like, when you get bit, like, it somehow turns things bad. Like, if you were to burn the flesh out in the spot where it happened, like, could you keep it from spreading? You know.
We could burn it, and then we could also chop her arm off.
Yeah, it went bad, so we burned it off with acid. I'm just joking.
Wait.
I wouldn't do that. Unless we really had to.
Unless she told us about it.
Well, I'm okay with the fact that I was in sight of you guys. So, like, Cora would not have told you, but I'm okay with the fact that you guys would have seen it.
No, I wouldn't bring it up. That's why I ask. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all for just not knowing.
Her personality was treacherous, so that doesn't seem to me like.
No,
she
fair
would
enough.
be-
She's not the type to share.
Yeah. And as you all are having this conversation in front of her, like, I wonder if you burn things.
Yeah.
She's just rolling down her flannel.
Man, what was that one movie? That was a trip. Like, the first one was scary. The second one was almost the first movie all over again. And the third one, just so crazy. Like, with the knights and like the evil copy and like the chainsaw and stuff.
What are you talking about, man?
Like, it went bad, so we chopped it off.
Oh, like when they were underground, like in the military?
Maybe?
I don't know.
As this conversation is happening, you're driving down the cart path. I'm gonna cash in Steven's 1,000 bits.
Oh no.
As Rebecca, like, you're kind of currently driving through like a heavy collection of trees along the left-hand side of this long dogleg par 5, and you don't notice until like the last second that the ground's kind of shaking, and it's and you look just leaping out from behind one of the trees and just shouldering into your Nissan Sentra. You see this large, like 12-foot tall, muscular green man, not the one you're thinking because he's a little bit more slender, as he slams into your car, sending it careening into a tree and just all of you roll a dex save.
Oh no.
God.
Well, that's
I did bad. I
I did worse.
We all did real bad. Oh, you did okay, Rebecca. I did.
Rebecca's holding onto the steering wheel. She's got.
I was the only one who had my seatbelt on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who failed?
I did.
so hard.
All of you you get hurled as the car gets kind of thrown onto its side and smashes face first into one of these giant pine trees. All of a sudden, Phil, here they are. The three of you go flying out of the car a good 10, 15 feet, skidding across like the pavement and on the grass. Somehow you don't break anything, but you are now like a good 15 feet from it. And there's this giant Hulk green skinned muscular, like is just looks like it's just pumping out, and like the muscles themselves are going to burst. Those of you who succeeded, you're still in the car. I turn to you. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Hey, Phil, this is just like that Mallrats movie. I wonder if his dong is green.
Oh, man.
I like to think this conversation is happening in slow motion as you guys are getting hurled through the car. What do you think your dong is green? Okay.
What are you guys gonna do?
Is the car flipped or?
The car got tipped up onto its side and then smashed into the pine tree.
I'll try and climb out of the car.
Okay, you can climb out of the car, no problem. So you're climbing up, and so imagine a car like flipped over on its side and smashed into a tree. You climb up onto the top, and you can see that there is this Hulk, and it's just as tall as you. It's like you just climb out, and this huge muscular thing with a giant green head is kind of staring at you. That's your movement. You can do something else if you want.
All right, Chips. This might be the last time I see you, but we gotta run.
Okay, you're just gonna run?
Yeah, I'll just run for a bit, make a distance.
Okay, do you want to run towards the
towards like
tennis
houses
courts
or something?
In the condominiums? Okay, so you're just gonna bolt for where you guys were driving to. Fair enough. What's the rest of you doing?
Becca will follow.
It's a big, green, muscular, angry zombie that actually in the book is called a Hulk. I just want to point out that in the book, but it's total coincidence, Disney. Total coincidence.
Wait, someone ran.
That was Chester and Chips are running.
Yeah,
that sounds like a really good idea.
They got their hands on their safari hats as they're running.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'm gonna run.
Okay.
For the trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're in them. You're in the trees.
Oh, even better.
Okay. You're gonna try to hide, basically. Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then you're trying to hide.
Oh, I've got an idea, man. I've got an idea. What if, like, we hide, but we hide bad on purpose, and I put some acid at the base of the tree, right? So he comes charging as, and we do like the Spider-Man thing where he runs into something, and the tree's gonna fall on him, man.
That's absolutely genius.
Yeah, man. I love it.
I'm in.
How have they survived the apocalypse this long?
We're the main characters, man. It's called plot armor.
Plot armor.
Oh, dude, Jinx. Coke. Buy me a Coke, man.
I don't got a Coke, man.
Oh,
Two of
Rebecca
you-
took it.
Someone say Coke.
Oh God.
See?
The two of you go over by a tree and you start layering your acid along the tree's base. Sure. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Chester and Chips were running. Let's see. Corey, you're still in the car. And then, let's see. I'm sorry. Cora is not out the car. Cora is outside on the ground.
Running with Chester.
And you pick up and you just start running after Chester. And then Rebecca, you're still in the car.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out and run towards.
Okay, so you're gonna climb out. As you do, it's there. Yeah, and then you try to hop down and you start to run. Okay.
Yeah. Serpentine.
So basically, this means all of you are still within decent range of this Hulkster. So, what do I want to do with it? Okay. Okay. So this one's going to. So I'll roll randomly to see who it comes after. It's going to go after you, Ashley. You're the last one out of the car. Kind of makes sense. So you hop out. You start running. You're a little bit further behind everyone, and it just turns around. You hear, and then it's going to sweep and try to slam you with its arm, which is a D8, but only 2 points of damage. So not that bad. So you take 2 points of damage. Really? 2 in 1 round? Wow. Okay. So you falter and shake your head after calming yourself with something, a drink maybe, cocaine. You re-roll your maximum HP with a D6, taking the new total if it's higher, and you roll same thing we did with Melissa, basically.
Oh.
Okay, so when you get a chance to rest, your new maximum HP will be 6. Awesome.
Nice.
And then roll a D20 against one of your attributes, whichever one you
Wait,
want.
I gotta roll this one because it's big.
Are you using it? Are you using the boulder?
I used the boulder.
Nice.
I got a what is this? A 1?
It's like Stephen's here with us.
What attribute?
Yeah, what attribute are you rolling?
I don't know.
Anyone you want. You can pick a.
Oh,
just
okay.
pick
I get
one.
to pick. Let's do strength.
Okay. Would you roll?
A 1.
Okay.
So I increase it by 1. Right?
No, you don't.
You have
You
to
have to fail. You have to fail.
Got it. Okay, never mind.
Okay, but you got your HP, so that's cool. But you just get knocked clear upside the head with this thing. But it's like a clipping blow. Like this, its fist is as big as your head, and it just barely misses it. So like the base of the hand just kind of smacks you in the temple, and you go like stumbling, and you get nearly taken to the ground, but not so much. All right, so we've got Cora. You're like right on. It's right on top of you. I'm sorry, I keep saying Cora when I mean Rebecca. Rebecca, it's right on top of you. Cora, you're just a few steps ahead of her, and then a few steps ahead of you is Chester and Chips. Off to the side, over by where the car smashed, we've got the Wonder. We've got the Wonder Twins. We've got Phil, and we've got Drexel, who are concocting a plan. What do y'all want to do?
I'm going to double down on this plan because, like, realize I've got all these bottles, right? And also, I put all my resources points into fuel because, like, I don't have a gun.
Okay.
So, dude, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, like I was hiding behind like a leafless tree branch, and I'll just.
Oh,
move
dude,
aside
I'll
and
chug it, man. Dude, I don't mean. Okay, let's fill these bottles with some fuel, man.
Wait, I thought it was already full of fuel. Well, I didn't know why we were drinking it, but I wasn't going to argue.
Well,
Okay.
I thought it was beer, man. I'm sorry, but like, I wonder why I forgot
my
that.
God.
Probably because I drink too much gas. But like, Altov,
Oh yeah.
like it burns it, gets its attention, and then boom, we do the Spider-Man trap, right?
With the acid and the tree.
Roared.
Okay.
All
so
right.
You both are throwing mollies at this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say D6 for damage.
I got a
Just-
2.
Okay.
Just full of the best ideas.
I think it's a hilarious idea. All All right. So between the two of you, I think you do 7 points. Was it a 5 and a 2? I think I saw. Okay. Yep. So, Cora, you like getting, you're stumbling. Or God dang it, Rebecca, you're stumbling. You look back, and you see this thing is about to smash you again, and then you hear, and you see these bursts of fire behind its shoulders. And you can see its hair kind of starts to catch on fire. Some of its skin and like the clothing that's left over from where it didn't quite fully rip off starts to catch on fire. And it goes, and it turns away from you at the last second.
Oh my God, dude! Did you see this tree throw those things at you? Oh, a tree! You're such an asshole.
Did it, man. Like it was like I'm the only green thing here. You little dude.
Zombie Hulk, smat a tree, smash. Okay.
I could talk.
Let's see, Chester and Cora and Rebecca. The three of you, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'll turn back with a little bit of Trank Dart. See if I can subdue the raging rhino a bit.
Okay.
That's a different Marvel character.
Yeah, man, that's like totally. It's still the same tactic though, because he always makes Rhino run into stuff.
Yeah.
No, Trank Dart's still have it.
Did you do that intentionally?
I like to think you did.
I thought about it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if there's any comics mixed in with the porno. Like, especially if it's like one of those foil covers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, man, those are gonna be worth something someday.
At 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you that you have now gotten through its HP. It's hit protection. Okay. Who we got left? Rebecca and Cora. Either of you doing anything?
So, can we say that Cora has done some axe throwing with this axe?
Sure.
All right.
You can throw stuff, yeah.
So, I'm gonna stand really awkwardly, like with it kind of over my head, and hope that I land at center mass in this large green zombie and no one else.
You do the double-handed throw. I love watching axe throwing.
Yes.
It's so terrible. And then you throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Roll your damage for the axe. Obviously, you won't be able to use your axe again until you retrieve it. But.
Yep. Oh, that's a 2. I'm gonna take one of these. Still have 3 left. I'm trying to do better than a 2.
Oh, you're gonna do a reroll? You're using him as a reroll? I didn't realize we'd use him as a reroll. I could have sworn I said advantage.
Okay, never mind. It's 2.
But here you are, just making up the rules as you go. No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Never mind.
Thank you, Chuck. Okay.
Chuck,
he beat me to it.
We still have 4 for everyone to use.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So then, Cora. Rebecca. I keep calling you Cora.
That's okay. We're just gonna change names.
That's fine.
Maybe it's why you got the coke habit, is everybody keeps mixing you up for other people and you don't feel like you're recognized.
Maybe I'm just dissociating all the time.
Man.
I wanna. Oh God, do I want to do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take my. No, I don't.
You sure?
Or do you?
I don't.
Just a question.
I'm scared.
It sounds fun.
Whatever you're thinking, I think you should think the same thing too. So that
Okay.
sounds like a good idea.
I want to take my ceiling tape and I want to try and like jump on his back and like cover his eyes
Okay.
with ceiling tape.
All right.
He's on fire.
He's on fire, and he's pretty tall, so I'm going to require a dex, I think, for you to get up there and not hurt
Let's
yourself
do
in the
it.
process.
You should probably take one of those 4 advantages.
Nope. 0.
Okay, so you get the ceiling tape, you pull it up, and you run, and you try to jump.
And she just pulls his pants down. Just grab his waist and just
Dude, it is green. Phil, it's green.
It is, man.
Oh goodness! And I'll say a little flicker of flame, kind of like just gets you in the face. Take a point of damage as you drop to the ground right behind him.
Call him the Jolly Giant.
Yeah, man.
Oh goodness! Okay,
Some rigor mortis there.
Oh no.
I think that's
I'm kidding.
everybody. All right. He's going to go after the people who just threw fire at him. So he takes a couple steps.
Oh, that's me. Shit.
Oh my God. Why'd you do that, tree?
Oh, I forgot it was the tree.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, man. You ruined the ruse, dude.
Oh, man.
Okay. I'm going to roll a d6. If I roll a 6, he attacks the tree. If I roll a 1 to 2, he attacks Jeremy, and then a 3 to 5, he attacks Chuck. Sorry, Chuck.
What?
I don't know. It's a 5. It's going to attack Chuck.
Oh, no.
As well, it's going to
man.
attack Phil. I'm going to do it's going to do its slam. God, I rolled terrible. 1 point of damage.
All right.
All right, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's its turn. It's on fire, sort of. What do you guys want to do now?
I mean, there's an opportunity presenting itself to me right now that I'm in melee range and its pants are down and I've got a bass guitar. So I'm going to hit it real hard.
Okay.
With my guitar.
Where? Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yeah.
Do you want me to say it out loud?
If that's what you're doing, you know what, man? Take a D12. Tactical advantage.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
He might be dead,
Hey,
but he's not dead.
Oh,
Holy crap. That's a lot of damage. Not enough to take him out, but that's a lot of damage. But you do see as you hit him, it looks like it genuinely harmed him. Usually there's not like any sort of emotional reaction with these zombies, but for once you just, and then it looks down at you and you just see this great visage of rage.
Oh, God. I made a mistake.
As it begins to get very enraged. What are the rest of you doing?
All right. It's like you could either pull on its shorts to make it trip up, or you could try and push the tree on it.
Push the tree on it.
I'm pushing the tree, buddy.
Okay.
And we'll just pretend he ran into it. Like, I'll say that I saw it. You'll say that you saw it.
Yeah.
It happened.
Like if a tree falls on a big, angry, naked zombie that's on
And it's
fire
just us watching.
in a
Did it help?
forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a strength save. Let's see if you can knock this thing over, and let's see if you could do it without harming yourself.
Nope.
No.
I can't succeed a single roll.
Oh my god. So you're, and as you go to it, you
Phil,
eventually
this is a big tree, man.
It's a really big tree, and you hear as it starts to go. But then as it starts to tip, and Melissa and I can attest to this, where you think it's going to fall is not exactly where it actually falls, as it just goes sideways and misses. Fortunately, we'll say it misses the two of you as well.
Nice.
But it goes slamming onto the ground. What I will do is I will give it a dex save to see if it kind of falls. It won't take any damage, but maybe it'll fall. Oop, that's the wrong die. With a 19, it falls. So like this thing, it falls down, but it doesn't get pinned beneath it. So at the very least, you've knocked it over. So you get a little something out of it. Which means then we go to Cora and Rebecca and Rebecca already went. Chester and Cora. Why can't I do this? I don't understand. It's terrible. Chester and Cora.
I'm out of bullets and ammo.
I think
That's
you only you lose bullets when you roll a 1, right?
That sounds right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So use
So
ammunition?
bullets are kind of abstract. It's like if
That's
you
right.
roll a 1 on your damage dice, you lose a bullet resource.
Yeah, and then
Then
fuel,
I'm-
it's like every couple of hours or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
It's
should be
like
fine.
4
then.
for
Keep
a
firing.
car, 8 for a bike.
Yep, that sounds right.
Can you do with my shots from long range though?
You can take a couple steps closer and shoot. It's fine.
Oh, there's the one. So I do lose a bullet.
Okay, so it'll hit him. Like he's on the ground. It's a little bit harder to hit, and so maybe it's just like you don't really get as good a shot because he fell to the ground. But nonetheless, you do hit him. And then Cora, you're the last one to go before this enraged, super pissed off because it just got hit in the junk by a bass guitar. Is going to do something horrible to Phil.
So I have 5 resources. So I'm trying to think of what other things like a carpenter might have. So I'm
Machine
thinking
gun.
that I might have one of those like metal like angles.
Okay.
I'm sure there's
Okay.
So like an oversized
Carpenter's angle.
You want to do like a boomerang
like a
or
metal.
something here? Is that what you're looking?
I just want to like just fling it at him. So I'm thinking maybe like a
Correct.
D3-ish, like nothing.
Yeah, I'll
that's
give you a
super-
D4. D3 is like
Okay.
one arm. I'll give you a D4. Yeah, that's fine.
But basically, it's just this big unwieldy metal,
Mm-hmm.
like carpenter's angle thing, and I'm just like looking at it.
All right, Cryan, throw us another.
All right.
That's
Yeah, we've
another
got
zero.
5
it.
advantages banked for folks to use.
I have a
Sorry.
really horrible idea for
It just-
when it rolls back around.
I like it. You should do
Me
it.
too. Like, I wonder what her idea is, and I wonder how awesome it's going to be.
It's going to be super awesome, man.
It is.
How'd you do, Melissa?
3.
That's such a shame. As this is not enough to kill it. As its turn comes around and it has 1 HP left, quite literally, or
Oh,
1
gosh.
strength left,
Oh,
quite
no.
literally. And this has a special ability. Once it gets reduced below, at or below strength 7, it gets enraged, which is your hit to the junk did that. It gets to attack twice per round. So
Yikes.
I think because you hit it in the junk,
Yeah,
it's only fair
like-
that it attacks you twice per. I think so. 2 slams on old Phil. First one,
Yeah.
only 3. It's a D8. I keep
Okay.
rolling for that. 3 points of damage. Are you into strength yet?
No.
Okay. All right, and the next one is 5.
Yeah. Wait. Hang on. That was a 2, and then the other way is I'm at 50% strength.
Okay. So roll. You're gonna have to roll a strength save. You can take an advantage if you want. Roll a
I
strength
want to
save.
take an advantage
All
Okay.
right.
because my strength score is a 3 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, Phil.
Oh no.
2.
It failed.
So it's just like it's from the ground. It's just kind of grabbing you and smashing you and kind of biting onto your
Oh
leg.
no.
And
man,
yeah,
Phil.
you're infected, Phil.
Oh no.
No.
The good news is that we get to come back to Rebecca and we get to see her cool idea. What is it?
Okay, I
Rebecca?
have poison and his pants are down. I want to put my poison bottle.
I'm sorry, I just
you
gotta write
know?
this in. I have poison and his pants are down. Got it.
Good news! It's a
Good news,
suppository.
everybody.
Yes, go ahead. Continue, please.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do.
You want a suppository? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Please describe your kill as
Detail.
you shove a poison suppository up. Definitely not the Disney Hulk's ass. Definitely not.
Definitely
That's
not.
exactly what you see.
Oh, it's like
She kind of
Ant-Man.
pulls a
Yeah,
cheek
man.
and she just shoves it up.
And so Phil, as you're getting
Yeah.
beaten, pummeled, and bit, all of a sudden you hear, and you see its face just suddenly go red
Oh no.
and just goes.
It's copyrighted too.
Oh crap!
man.
Oh man! Yellow.
I think that's safe.
There we go.
Wait,
Yeah.
We'll
So,
say
like,
it falls.
Phil, you're looking pretty bad. Like, I mean, here and here and here. Like, remember that whole like, what if we like burn it away? Do
should we try that?
It
I mean,
it
you look pretty bad.
we can try, but like I just want to level with you all. Like, it bit my nipple off.
I know, man. But you know what?
We could sew
Hulk
it
in the
back on.
nards.
Okay.
I was
man.
thinking I'd just take my saw blade, heat it up, and just do a little, just burn the wound.
I mean, if you cauterize it, doesn't it just keep it in there?
Yeah, I
have to,
heard somewhere once you could just put peanut butter on stuff and it makes it better. Maybe we could just
suck
do
it
that.
out, right?
I don't
All right,
know.
man. Hey, man, Phil. Like,
Yeah.
dude, this is like rock, paper, scissors, except it's axe, saw, peanut butter.
Gag.
You choose, dude. Axe, saw.
Okay.
Or no, like acid, saw, peanut butter. What you choose, man?
I have poison too if you just want to kick it.
I don't. All right. 1 to 2 is peanut butter. 3 to 4 is an axe. 5 to 6 is a saw.
Where's the acid, man?
You're gonna have to saw me. I never saw it coming.
Oh, Phil.
Isn't it the acid saw? So you're just using the saw to like put the acid on or something?
Or like fire
burn it.
acid saw.
Like heating it up,
Yeah.
cauterizing.
All right. I'm ready, I guess. I'll just take my shirt off and lay down.
I'll spend one of my resources and say that I've got a little like airplane bottle of liquor for you.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Cora, you're the best. You really are a Washington. And
You ready?
Phil,
Yeah.
Phil, you
I remember
Spider-Man. You Spider-Man the hell out of that guy. You're
that. Okay. I'm gonna, while your acid saw chesting fire my chest, I'm gonna use some of my personal item to take my mind off of it.
Just eat some peanut butter, yeah.
That's not my personal item.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You do it. There's nothing you have to roll here. You just get it done. You I don't know. So what did we end up with? I'm sorry, I got
We ended
lost.
up with cauterizing with heat and acid on the
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. Roll a will test to see if you can prevent screaming in pain.
Me?
Yeah, you're the one
Okay.
being done to, right?
Yeah. I screamed so loud.
Yeah. Really, really loud.
Really loud. I hit all the notes.
So you've cauterized the wound. There's this dead, massive zombie next to you. Your car
Yeah.
is just screwed right now, wrapped around a tree and on its side. There's some burnt out condominiums and tennis courts in the distance. You're on a golf hole right now, and your buddy just screamed really, really loud. What do y'all want to do?
Well, they're cauterizing. Rebecca would have been getting our shit out of the car.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
Don't forget the go bag. That's got like lots of educational resources in there, like interviews.
Yeah, I was
things.
reading some of the porn.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You just put it out there. Don't let chips get near that.
No, man, come on.
I'm here for the ladies. Anyways, we should get going. Let's head to the condominiums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shirt back on and let's go.
So it's a couple hundred yards away. When you're moving through the trees, you go past the green, you can see the flag pin sort of like waving around in the wind. You can see there's grass coming up out of the bunkers. You hear the sounds of active like tennis courts, like the squeaking of sneakers, of like a tennis ball kind of being knocked around. But when you peek out from behind like the bush and like over towards the tennis courts, you just see there's a handful of people with they have rackets, but they're like
Oh, it's like later movies where they started remembering how to be them again.
as you see
Yeah, man.
a
It's like
variety
Bob.
of women with like their hair kind of tangled and flailing about. They got their big old rackets and they're trying to swing. Sometimes they get lucky and hit, and you realize that it doesn't even look like a ball that they're hitting around. They're just hitting something else, mindlessly going through the motions.
When I turn into a zombie, I want you all to put me in there.
Like, were you a tennis player?
No?
What's your thing, man? Like, you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we put you on stage?
No, I just like when I'm a dead zombie dude, I want to be able to hit on the dead zombie ladies.
Oh man. They're gonna
Think
be
you're
like
gonna
so
turn?
into you because like you'll be
Yeah.
like the rough and tumble guy that's like kind of like from, like Friends in Low Places, right?
Yeah. It's like that one song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't go chasing Brooks.
Stick to like the rain showers and like
Yeah.
ponds that you're used to.
That's right, man.
Rebecca's
How
still
many
going.
of these are there?
In there, you see a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11.
Oh,
There's like 4 courts back to back, and they're all kind of split up in no particular order.
yeah. I'm following Rebecca then around quietly, as and she'll kind of like after a certain point just sort of like look over at Drexel and Phil.
Okay. So you see like this burnt out condominium in front of you. It's still, somewhat intact, but like you can tell it's suffered some serious damage. You can see that there's like a walkway that kind of goes between where the tennis courts are and where the condominium is, and you can see it kind of weaves through, and you can kind of get to the other side, but it'd be a little dicey, or you'd have to go all the way around to the other side of the condominium to kind of skirt around. So it's those two things. One of them, trying to sneak by, would be a Dex. If you just go all the way around, it's just another encounter roll, basically. It's up to you all.
We can be quiet.
Let's sneak through. Like it's less walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's got the lowest Dex?
I have 6.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll that
That's okay.
Dex for me
We
there.
have an advantage. We have multiple advantages.
I'll take advantage.
Please
Okay.
take advantage.
So I'll just roll 2 d20s. We'll see how it goes.
You got this.
Oh my god, I got a 4.
You got a 4.
Oh.
Great. Use that advantage because that was a crit fail with the 20 on the other. But yeah, the 2 of you are actually the 5 of you are very, very careful. At one point, the classic, and then someone kind of grabs your nose before you sneeze, and you manage.
I wonder.
When you get through, you can see that there is like basically a completely destroyed condo. Like it's completely burnt to the ground. Likely that's where the fire started, kicked over to this one, got a little bit. You also notice that there's this park kind of playground area. There's this big old like kind of like a reflecting or decorative pond. You see a couple ducks and stuff kind of swimming around in the middle of it, and it looks like there's something trying to spout up. On the far side of the lake, you can see what looks like the clubhouse, and it's like you can tell because it's much bigger than any of the other buildings you've seen, and it also looks to have some kind of like waterfront deck, and there's occasional like there's umbrellas for like sitting out and like eating outside. And you can see that there's like you're on the other side of this condominium. There's like a parking lot on this side. There's a couple what looks like it looks like cars and stuff, but most of them seem to be like looted. You can tell like some of them are missing tires or someone's drained gas from them or that kind of stuff. So you can kind of keep going through the parking lot. You can kind of try to skirt around the lake. Those are sort of 2 ways that you can potentially get to the clubhouse.
Everybody take a vote.
I vote lake.
Chester?
Is the lake sort of out in the open and the cars give us cover?
Well, the lake's out in the open, but the cars are like near the tennis courts and everything, so you're not too far from them. So it's kind of give or take.
Yeah, it's like we skirt around the lake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lake
I
seems
was
scenic.
gonna go through. Okay, yeah, we can walk around it.
You go through the lake.
I was just thinking, we
Can
haven't seen them
zombies swim?
swim. Yeah,
Right,
I
dude.
don't
That's a
know.
good question. I love good questions.
Yeah,
There's some boats we could.
are there boats?
bet
Are there
there-
paddle boats shaped like swans?
No, man, I bet this is gonna be one of those things that you see it. Like, I mean, you saw like the gator thing. I bet this is one of those things where they've got those long boats that like lots of people do the rowing. What is that
Like,
called, man?
Gondola?
Yeah, man, it's totally a gondola. They probably have gondolas out there.
Nice.
You do see, kind of off to your right, on the sort of like about 100 yards away or so, on the slope where it's kind of messy. There's all sorts of trash and debris, but you do see that someone's like kayak kind of got knocked off of the roof of their car and is on sort of the side of the slope, leaning down into the water.
We could take the kayak. It's not big enough for all of us, though. Just like those are one-seaters.
I mean, I think we can all agree that like if it can only take one person, it's Chester and Chips, right? Because like Chips, man,
Yeah,
2 for 1.
Two
Yeah,
for one.
That's a twofer. Chips, you're a twofer. We love you, Chips. You're cool too, Chester.
Right. Well, if you want me to kayak myself across this lake while you guys watch,
Yeah,
Man, we like to watch.
I don't know.
I mean, we're gonna walk around while you take the fast way.
I'll show you what I'm made of then. We'll go and
It's a race. This is what it is. It's who's gonna get to the other side faster, and
No,
not
because-
get eaten by zombies.
Like, I
It's
do
okay.
wonder if we could like run faster than he could row.
That's what I'm saying. So
Like,
Cora's gonna like.
Do you think
gonna
Chips
look
is
at
going to give
Chester
it?
and be like, "Are you in? Are you ready?"
Yeah, I'll
On your
go
marks.
make my way towards the kayak, flip it over.
Okay. So you flip
Cora
it
will
over.
be happy to give you your push off.
And yeah, Cora gives you a push over, and you start a push off, and you start paddling out into the lake and across it and everything. The rest of you are going around the lake. Is that right?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
speed walking.
I'm just glad there was an oar with it. It's like
That
would
would
have been funny. We just push him out
Chips
and like
just
he's
trying
like,
to,
Okay. So those of you that are moving around the edge, there's all sorts of debris and stuff here, and like you can see that there's what looks like there's some dead birds and some like looks like whatever kind of stock fish that they put in here. Some of them have kind of been dragged up here. But as you're moving around, you suddenly hear a shuffling in kind of the debris, and then you hear a and it starts echoing. And when you look over behind what looks to be this like stack of trash, because you're kind of near one of the trash cans where they would probably put like the dog shit bags and everything, you see what looks like a very scraggly small little poodle, maybe.
hey.
You see all sorts of like viscera and acid and blood kind of dripping down, like this, like the hair, like the fur is all stringy and gross, and its eyes have that kind of like dull yellow that a lot of the zombies have, and you just hear yeah.
Got this solved.
You see kind of coming out around 3 more of them. There's a pack of 4 zombie poodles between you. the
This
other
is
side.
easy, man. Very easy. I reach into the bag and I pull out one of the porno mags that are still rolled up real tight with a rubber band. And I'm like, "Get it, boy." And I throw it out in the water.
All right, I'm gonna roll a will save.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna roll a will
I
save.
love it.
I'm gonna roll a will save with all of them, and I'll see how many
Nice.
of them decide to go. They do not have good will. They have a 6 will. First one, it's a 9. One of them goes goes running down and then leaps into the water. Second one, 17, same thing, goes charging after. Third one, natural 20, also goes running after.
Nice.
Fourth one, rolled a 2. One of them stays. All right, so one of them stays, but the other 3 just go chasing after the magazine and leaping into the water, and you hear like this splash. Well, the other 3 of you do that are there. So Rebecca, Cora, and Drexel.
All right, man. So like, second verse, same as the first, except this time it's not the dude's like polo shirt. It's my shirt, and I throw my shirt on the poodle. Get him.
So you throw the shirt. It's very serious. You take your shirt off and you throw your shirt over the poodle. Let's see. I'm gonna give
as the peace sign is very blatantly shown while we bludgeon it to death. We peacefully bludgeon it to death.
I gave it a dex to try to get out of the way, but I rolled a 16, which is a fail. So you do manage to get this. You do manage to get it around him. Okay. So Cora or Rebecca.
Or you know how to play golf, right? With your axe?
Oh, there's people
Sure.
that play golf with an axe?
So Cora's gonna flip the axe around to the other side
Okay.
and do a golf swing.
All right. Roll your damage.
5.
Okay. Okay, so you swing into it, and you hear, like with a thud, the blade kind of cuts through his shirt, first of all, and then into the side, and you hear, but as you go to pull your axe out, you're like, as you realize it has surprisingly leathery skin, but you still do some damage to it, but it's still, you can tell, moving around inside of the shirt, Drexel, as it's actually still up. So, I'm trying to do some math, because it's got 3... So, okay. All right. So I'm going to give it a strength test to try to basically tear out of the shirt right now, is basically what I've tried to do. See if it remains. God dang. 17. So it's still in the shirt, but you do hear it like it's howling. It's this horrible, like weak-willed little howl, which you would imagine can be heard for some ways. Then let's cut for a second over to Chester and Chips.
Yeah.
As you look back and you can see the dude, like, what the hell's going on over there? And like they're fighting some group of dogs, these poodles and stuff. When all of a sudden you feel something kind of bump your kayak. You realize it as you come up out of the water for a moment.
Thought I hit something.
And you see Chips is like getting kind of nervous there. And then you see like the water around you, which is all green and thick and brackish, suddenly start to move and something comes up out of it. It's this massive zombie gator. Pops up right in front of your kayak. What would you like to do?
I'll whack it across the head with my oar.
Okay, go ahead and whack it across the head. Go right ahead. Oh my god. That's where the TPK comes. 11 minutes. 11 minutes. With your oar?
Yeah.
D8. Give it a middle of the road or something.
6 damage.
Okay. So you whack it, and you see one of the teeth. Oh my god, tooths! What's wrong with me? Like in these nasty rotted gums, just goes flying off to the side, and you can see it kind of scrapes the underside of the mouth a bit, but does not seem to do it enough. Okay. So what it's going to do? It's going to attempt to effectively like trample, like lift up and smash down on top of the kayak. So this is going to be a D8 worth of damage. Take 3 points of damage, and then roll a dex save to see if you can
kayak armor or no.
Kayak armor.
Do I get kayak
You know
armor?
what?
I
Because you
love
ask
it.
the question, yeah, you take one. You'll get one defense. So take 2 points of damage, but you still got to roll a dex save to see if
Alright.
you get knocked out of the boat.
Dex is 9. So not too.
We have some rolls as well too, if you wanted to take any.
Got 3
We're
left.
10 minutes from the end, so it might as well.
All right, I'll take an advantage.
Okay.
Rolled an 8, which is enough.
Okay, so you manage as you go rocking back and forth. You're all right. Can you roll for chips too, please?
Sure.
I know I'm
How
horrible.
dare you?
What does Dex be?
Immune.
What's that?
You
dare.
hit my Hulk in the dick with a bass guitar.
I rolled a 4.
It's
All
not.
right, he's good
his
too.
fault.
He's even better. He's even better. So we have fights on 2 fronts. Let's go back then to the dogs. Now, the dogs that jumped in the water, they're effectively out of the fight for, I'm going to say, 2 rounds. Okay? So you need to deal with this one and run on this round. Otherwise, they're gonna waddle back, and one of them's gonna have the freaking magazine in their mouth.
Did I get a turn last round?
Did I not
yet.
give
I
you
don't
one?
think so.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I would like to take my seal tape and try and like get its mouth shut so it can't scream anymore.
Okay, you'd have to reach in because he's got it.
Oh,
like,
it's in
wrapped
the
up.
shirt.
Yeah, it's still in the shirt. It never broke out. Yeah.
Instead, can I grab the shirt, swing it around my head, and throw it into the lake?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay, cool. I'm very
for
excited
shirt?
for this. Is this?
Just roll you're gonna do it, no problem. Just roll a strength so we can see how far it
Oh, how
goes.
far
The
it
lower the
goes.
better. The lower the better.
Bullseye right on the kayak.
No. I rolled a 6.
That's pretty far. 6 is
Six
really good.
Pretty good.
That's really good. You just hurl that thing. It's like you just gonna move it around. It's like the hammer toss, and then off it goes.
That's exactly.
And you just hear, and it splashes down like 20 yards into the lake. Okay, so then it's a new round for the 4 of you. There's the 3 of them that will likely be coming back in a moment, and then the other one you think is probably taken care of. It's probably going to drown or whatever in there. What do you guys want to do? And I would say all of you can now see there is something attacking the kayak that's probably 30 yards out at this point. What do you want to do?
Okay, number 1, Rebecca. I'm not sure if you did a bump when we weren't looking because that was amazing.
I did.
Number 2, we should probably run.
I'm okay. None of us have guns, right?
No.
I have a gun.
Why did you do?
Oh shit, you have a gun, Phil?
I have a gun and a bullet too.
Oh my god.
Well,
I'm going to shoot the Zomgator
In the
and
jet.
then
Depressing.
run.
It's kind of depressing. He's got the
okay,
gun.
while you do that, I'm running.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to continue to run around and try to get over to the country club on the other side.
Yeah,
The
like where
clubhouse, I should
he's
say.
heading towards.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Who's anyone else running with her?
Are you gonna kind of run a gun, Phil? Or are you gonna like
I'm going to shoot then run.
cool?
You'll
cool,
just
cool,
be
cool.
you'll just be behind. That's all. You'll just be like coming
Yeah.
up the rear. That's fine. All right. What about you, Cora? Are you running as well, or
Is
is
the
something you're doing?
gator in throwing distance?
It's pretty far.
It's like
I would
90 feet American.
Yeah. I would say no for throwing.
Are we going to be closer when we keep going around the lake?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say he's more than halfway to the clubhouse. Like, if you can get over to like that,
Okay.
that outer.
Then I will
area.
run with
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage for the shot there, Phil.
Yeah.
Who can throw a gator? The Hulk could.
2.
Once Chuck turns into a Hulk,
Yeah.
he'll be able to do it. 2, huh? All right. So it's got a really thick hide, and you just fire out. You hear the gunshot go off. It's very loud. You got like one of those like snub nose revolvers, so it's like you just kind of hear this thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say Chester, you hear the shot. You can see like a section of the scales of this gator just sort of explode. But it is still angry and going after you. What would you like to do, Chester?
Well, I was never assigned to the gator enclosure, but there's a first for everything. I'll just shove my oar down his throat.
Okay. I did say its mouth was open. You just necked it. I tell you what, take a D12 on this one if you're going specifically for the
12.
throat. but I am going to say you're going to take a dex. You're going to have to make a dex save to get your hand out before the mouth closes.
All right.
That's the trade-off.
I'll do it.
God.
We do have 2 advantage left for that roll.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Now go ahead and roll that
Wow.
dex save.
6. You said we have advantage still? I'll
Yes, we
take
do.
it.
You can take
Can
it.
Chips shoot the trank gun also in the mouth?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. You passed.
Under 9. Yeah.
Okay, this
Yay.
thing sclumps down, and you feel like the little tiny bit of a tooth kind of almost catch your nail, but you get your arm out in time. Okay, so 8 points of damage is pretty good. It's still up, and it's still in its HP. It's going to continue to try to trample you. Are you gonna stay in the kayak? Or are you gonna try to swim off? Like, what are you doing in addition to attacking it? Like in terms of movement, are you just kind of hanging out, or
Did I lose my oar?
didn't you just stab it down its throat?
I did.
You passed your dex. You passed your dex. We'll say you got it out. That's fine.
Okay. I'll try and paddle away.
Okay, so you try to paddle away. So you're actively still moving. It's still going to hit you. I just want to know if you were moving, if you were stagnant. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, buddy, that's 8 points of damage. Good
Oh,
thing is they don't
that's a
explode
lot.
for me, but that's a lot of damage. That's 8 points of damage as this thing will once more try to just turn sideways and eat you like a taco.
Oh God.
Drops me at 3 strength.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have to roll
Put you down to
something 'cause
3
of-
strength.
Yeah.
Roll a strength save to see if you get infected on this.
You got this.
Okay.
You need to roll 3 or under. You can
Come on.
take advantage. Take advantage.
18.
Okay, you two are infected, and when you turn, you're gonna turn into a zombie gator. I think.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Freaking
I mean,
awesome! Actually.
when you turn, you choose the best stuff to turn into.
We're both going to be green.
So the rest of you, you're running around the side. You're looking over, and you can see, like, this gator is just thrashing. It's like twice as long as the kayak. It's huge. It's a mutated, alligator. It's not just your everyday alligator, and it's going to town. He's still moving, but it's not pretty. You can hear behind you. The dogs are kind of like they're fighting over the wrapped up magazines, and they're like also doing as they're like drying off, and they're kind of doing their sort of dry off routine, but they're not immediately on your tail. So what are the 4 of you who are running around the lake? Is there anything in particular you're looking to do?
Yeah.
Once I'm in throwing range of the gator,
Okay.
like once I get around, suggestion from chat that I'm going to say. So one of the 3 resources that I have left, I'm going to say is a circular saw blade.
Okay. I like how
So-
you're using resources in an interesting way. Not sure that's rules is written, but it's Melissa, so we kind of know.
I'm
That's
making
fine.
sure they're like D3 or something like low.
Thank you, Chuck. That's not actually how the resources is supposed to work. Like they're but that's fine. Go ahead. It's fun.
So I'm just gonna like shuriken that. Like
Okay, so you
Frisbee throw.
quickly run up like the wooden steps to get onto the boardwalk. The kayak's getting closer, and you're gonna throw it down. Okay, go ahead and roll. I'll say because it's a circular
the
saw,
D4
because I'll give you a D6 because you're kind of up on a raised platform throwing down, and we're at the end. So let's go.
2.
What's that?
2.
2? All right. So you throw down, and we'll say the blade, we'll say the blade like just buries into its back as it's continuing to thrash around and snap at the kayak. The kayak's now actively taking water. What are the rest of you doing?
I didn't roll a 1 on my shot, so I still have a bullet that I forgot about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop running and shoot at the gator again,
Okay.
and then keep running after.
Sounds good. So you're further behind than everybody else.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna
you're
be-
still moving. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that was my last bullet.
Oh, okay. All right, but you shoot it once more. That hide is just so thick.
Yeah.
It's not doing a whole lot of work. Rebecca or Drexel,
All right. So Chester's the one who's been chomped on by the gator real good, but how's Chips doing?
Chips looks okay. He looks okay. He's like up. He's like at the very front, very tip of the kayak. He's ready to hop out.
So I'm sure you'll be surprised, but like I've got a question. Is this a sort of resort that would have like those cheesy round little lifeguard things with a rope attached nearby?
Absolutely, they do. They're all like hanging on the sides of the railings for the balcony there.
All right, I'm gonna take one, and then if Rebecca would allow, you've got some tape, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna tape acid onto that.
I would like, can I assist by also applying poison?
There's acid and poison on this little flotation preserver thingy.
I was thinking of tossing it out for Chips, but then
That's what I thought you were going to do when you asked how's Chips. And then
I just have too many questions, man. And I was like, what would happen if I threw acid on the skater, right? And then the second question like supplanted the first question.
Okay.
It's been a hell of a day.
So this massive alligator's mouth opens up. The two of you spending your turns. You put poison. You tape poison and acid jars onto this little preserver thingy, and you try to frisbee it into the mouth of this creature.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it happens. Roll your damage for your poison and acid as it just kind of hurls in. Oh my god. It's nonsense.
7.
Wow.
1.
Oh no. Okay, so 8 total. Okay, it's pretty good. You have gotten through its hit protection, and and you hear Chester as you're in the kayak, as it's like kind of burning in pain. You watch as like the tongue is like actively like kind of decaying. You can see the acid and the poison just sort of eating away at the flesh on the inside. And there's all sorts of like bugs and other little creatures eating it as well.
Chips, grab the rope. We'll pull you. And you too, Chester.
In the kayak. What do you want to do, man?
I'll use the paddle to scoop up the ring if possible.
Okay. So you're gonna try to grab the thing as they pull it back. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's do. What do I want to do? Let's do a dex or strength. Well, dex would probably be higher for you since you took some strength damage. Roll a dex to try to grab it before it snaps at you again as you try to get pulled away.
We have a final advantage here.
Sure.
yes, we do.
Got a 3.
Okay. And so you grab onto it. The rest of you see him grab onto it. I'll say Chips. Is this fair? Would Chips jump onto your back or something there, Chester?
Of course. He's hanging on.
Kind of wrapping, like he's almost too tightly wrapping it around your neck. And I'm gonna roll its attack at disadvantage as you're kind of getting pulled away from it. Well, that's already a fail. So, I'm sorry. What am I doing? That's not advantage. They automatically hit. So roll damage at disadvantage. 2 points of damage.
Okay.
How you doing?
I roll strength again.
Did you already fail? You already failed the infected thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Do I
have
have to
to
redo that? Okay.
No, don't worry about it.
Is it would that turn him into like conjoined twin zombie gators? Because he double failed.
Ooh.
So you guys pull him off to the side of the lake, right underneath it. You've got Chips who's clinging to his back, blood trail in the water. You've got, let's see, I think it was Phil who was running up late. He's kind of trying to reload the gun, but you hear the click, click, click as you're out of bullets.
Yeah.
You see the clubhouse is right there. This alligator is still thrashing around, kind of munching on the kayak at this point. What do you guys want to do?
Let's
go
try
inside.
and get that building.
Mm-hmm. To the
So-
clubhouse.
Yeah, man.
We'll say to end this thing, you quickly run up the steps. You kind of bang at the door. The door seems barricaded, and you pull it open, and it kind of smells a little bit in here and musty, but you can tell somebody had barricaded the boards, and you see your kind of sort of standard country club restaurant. You've got like it doesn't look like it's been thrown in complete and utter disarray. You can see that the fine dining stuff is still set up, like fancy looking goblets and plates and cloth napkins and things. You can see a door off to the kitchen. Door goes off to the clubhouse and the locker rooms. You start moving around a bit, and you realize, well, the kitchen is just filled with all sorts of like canned goods and jar goods and stuff that's tons of food. Check out the pro shop, and you can see the pro shop has all sorts of clubs. You can use these golf clubs easily as some kind of weapons. You don't have bullets, but you got golf balls that could be thrown, and all sorts of different things you can make as weapons. And there's plenty of.
Am I gonna have to wear a polo?
There are plenty of clothes, plenty of polos. You are without a shirt at this point now.
Oh my god! I'll get myself a salmon polo.
And then, like, as you kick open, as everyone's kind of taking care of their wounds and stuff, you kick open the final door, you go into the locker room, and this is where that kind of weird smell, there's a lot of steam all over the place. You kind of head over to, like, the sauna area and, like, some hot tubs, and that's when you push the door open, and you see there, kind of bubbling away, in this hot tub, you see this fairly attractive looking zombie couple just sitting there, water bubbling, and they look up at you. Yeah. And you quickly and quietly shut the door. And that's where we're going to end, right on that.
Hey, those two are like, that's like an eternity of bliss, right? Like, it's a shame we can't all have that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe the apocalypse ain't all bad. I wonder if they remember, right?
You should go ask them.
I wonder.
After I turn into a zombie, I'll go ask them.
Yeah. I know you just want to do a devil's three-way, man, but that's cool.
We just lock the rest of them who've been bitten in the room with the zombies, like before they start to turn.
2 of you are going to turn, I think. I think it's the top row.
Yeah.
Top row. You're going to have an alligator zombie and a Hulk zombie.
Yeah.
Melissa got bitten too.
God.
But
she
I
didn't get affected, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You quarantine her, and you realize the other 2 start to turn. Maybe take them out or whatever. And then, but no, Cora doesn't. And that's where we'll end. Yeah, we'll end that on, I hope you guys had fun on that nonsense.
I'm going to make sure to bind Phil's arms and legs and put a sock gag in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep my promise that when time allows, I'm going to take him back out to those tennis courts. You go get it, buddy.
Unleash him upon the ladies. There you go,
get
bud.
And Chips lived, so Chips is fine. He didn't get
Take good care of Chips.
He did. Yeah. Poor
Aw.
Chips. He's an orphan now.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All right. Let's do a final round table and we'll get on out of here. Chuck, what's going on with DOK this week, man?
That's me. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, we're going to be doing some Alien, All Fear of the Ishtar, playing Space Pirates. Jeff and Jeremy are hanging out over there. Friday, Joe is running some Heart for us at 10 p.m. And then, what is Saturday? I don't know what Saturday is. Saturday's maybe something. I don't think it's
not
a game.
Yeah, because you guys just did the one shot over the weekend. So.
Oh yeah. So Jeremy are going to be hanging out at Adam's house, but I don't think we're streaming anything.
Right on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeremy, you got a Patreon you want to talk about, man?
That is true. There's Aaron Reese on Patreon. You've got comics, art assets, maps, 5e assets, other things, tokens. I don't know. Check it out.
Very, very nice. As for us, let's see. So on Friday, we're going to be back to Hunter the Reckoning. So you can come hang out for that. It's going to be our penultimate episode before we take a break for a bit. Saturday, we're back to One Ring, second edition, continuing that. And on Monday, you can see Chuck, Jeremy, Melissa, myself as we play some Holler, and I finally got the physical books, so I'm very excited. We're gonna play some Holler, continuing Savage Worlds, and coming a week from tomorrow, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, Steven's starting up Forbidden Lands here on Tuesdays, so next week. But that's it. Thanks for everyone who hung out tonight. Thanks to those of you who threw some bits out. Captain Crown, I hope you feel better, man. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid Happy Jack's RPG. It worked so well last time. Let's do it again. So follow the raid. Have a good rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.